Hello, souls. How are you? It's time for special miraculous reading. Tonight I will make special Halloween edition and I'll be channeling the soul of Grigori Rasputin. For this purpose and for this occasion, I will be using the Golden Tarot of the Tsar. I already asked the soul of Rasputin if he wants to talk with me. This is part of my rules I have when I'm channeling somebody's soul. I had also other two options, but they replied that they don't want to talk with me, at least for tonight. So, as Grigori accepted this offer, I'll be channeling him. And if you're curious what his message is, stay till the end of this video. And let's begin. What do you have to tell us, Grigori? So, I see that he's talking about his life, about the time when he was still alive. He says that he has to work really hard, but everybody recognized his mastercraft, and he was really happy with what he was doing. He says that he was having several gifts. He had everything he wanted. He had enough food, he had enough drinks, he had enough pleasure, and he says that his path was divinely protected. He says that he was guided from the sky. And he also says that he really loved the royal family, the family of the Russian Tsar. And he was very proud of his relationship with them, of the fact that he was close to them and that they have given him this honor to be close to them. And he says that this was meant to be. What else? He says that he was having also some health issues, and he carried this burden with himself, and nobody was aware of this issue. He kept it for himself only. It could be something related to his joints, but he was experiencing serious pain, and he kept it for himself, and it was difficult for him to fall asleep. He was staying awake at night, and once he was falling asleep, all of a sudden he was having nightmares and was waking up in the middle of the night from a pain. But he says that it was like devil pain, really hard to support. And he says that at the end, he got killed by a traitor. Somebody from his circle betrayed him. And he had a nightmare that was a warning. He was aware about this. And he says that he dreamed about his final moments, and he was warned that he was going to be betrayed by somebody in his circle. He dreamed about this around 3 or 4 nights before the actual death occurred. So if you are wondering, when I'm channeling, I'm not making questions. I leave the soul tell what they want to tell us. So let's see. And he says that there was also somebody who was paid to kill him. Somebody was paid, so he had a friend of his, or somebody in his inner circle of friends, or just close person who betrayed him, and he was giving money in order to do that. He says also that there were a lot of bad people within the palace, and also outside of it, and they were ready to sold their souls just for a little bit of money. And he says that he himself was really strong. He was much bigger than the other guys. He was tall, but he was like incapable to fight back. because things was this story was already decided on a divine level. It was a moment when his time was already counted, and the moment of his death came. So what is he telling also? Once he died, he didn't feel any more pain. He says that he was heavenly healed. Maybe he's talking about this pain in his joints that he mentioned previously. What else do you want to tell us? He says that the devil took power over the palace. The death came. And he's talking about 8 shots. I don't know how many times he was shot. He's talking about 8 shots. And he was shot by somebody who was not very tall, and a person who you wouldn't expect this kind of action from. It was somebody who was having a little bit more gentle character, and this person was the person who also offered him a drink. This was the person who was guilty and responsible of his death. So he says that the company was really cheerful. They were eating and drinking, and all of a sudden something unexpected happened and cut this situation out. All of a sudden, unexpectedly. He says that his gift was shared with the world, and in some sort he while he was alive, he was protecting the queen, and he was guarding her somehow. He was having also some sort of a gift from her. He was having something she have gifted to him, and this way they were protecting each other. But afterwards, after his death, she was incapable to protect her anymore. He says that he was capable to visit her and to talk with her also from a distance. He was having this capability to travel within the space or something like this, or maybe to send some sort of projection, or I won't say a phantom or whatever it is, some sort of projection of him, and he was capable to send a projection of his to the queen and talk with her on a distance. And she gave him something, and he was using this object as some sort of way to communicate with her. This object, he was communicating with her energetically. And after all ended, here he talks about the moment when all of them, the entire royal family, got killed. He says that all the children were there, and in this case, with their death, the death of the royal family, there was a woman who betrayed them. It happened during the night, within a closed space. It was not outside. And they also tried to hide, but they couldn't, because there was a woman who told where they were. And he says, he talks about some treasure that something that was something big, for example, some precious stone or something made of gold that was big, or a big amount of jewelry or treasure that was redone and was made in smaller pieces. Here we have one big piece, then it was divided into two, then what each half was divided in half and was sent through the world and got lost at the end. So it was lost in each part of the world, just in the four directions. He's talking about a goat, I believe. Maybe there was royal treasure that was divided in smaller pieces. What else? And he talks also about a specific military man who was within the palace, close to the royal family, and he had a really rich life, and he was also a traitor from inside that who betrayed them. But he eventually got killed too. He died too. And here he talks about the death of the Tsar, and he says that he was violently killed. He was not just shot. There was some additional violence applied to his body. He was overkilled. He says that the people who killed the royal family were known, and some of them keep working, other of them were sent abroad, but all of them were rewarded somehow for this. So he says that he needs to reborn again, but for the moment his soul is going in the space alone, and he has still these negative memories, and he doesn't have clear idea. He didn't make yet a plan when he has to be born once again on the earth plane. He says that now he's choosing between different options where he needs to be born again. He says that he's considering the option to take the human form of a woman. He's considering this option, and he's just tempted by the fact that men are physically stronger and have higher impact when they teach something because of their physical strength. He's used to have this physical strength, and he believes that this will bring him higher impact of whatever he's doing, as preaching, as spiritual counseling. So he hasn't decided yet in the final. He says that a lot of people are asking his soul to come back because they feel lonely, they regret the past, they want things to get back as they were. There are people who are asking his soul to come back. And he's saying that he decided intentionally not to come back, also because he wanted to punish these ordinary people. He says that in his past life he felt victim because he was too impulsive, but now he has the ability to be more strategic and more cold-minded. Now that he's just a soul, he doesn't have these emotions. He can clearly see the situation. He's still learning this skill. And he says that he's still learning, but he's becoming better and better in this. And he's learning also how to be more patient. He says things require time, and this skill requires time. He says that he has helped the souls of his own killers to not be punished. He says that he has helped them avoid this punishment. Because their souls were too young, still learning, and his soul has teach them how to be more kind. Once their souls died, his soul teach them how to be more kind. And that's it. I hope this reading was interesting for you. Thank you, Rasputin. And for you souls, I wish you a lovely day or night, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye bye.